Today, we will plunge into the amazing world of underground structures, which most people do not even suspect. Have you ever wondered what secrets the Earth keeps under our feet? Underground fortresses are not just shelters. These are whole cities hidden from the eyes of ordinary people, where every corridor, each valve, has its own special meaning. Let's go on a journey to the most impressive bunkers in the world. You will learn how these underground fortresses were created. What technologies were used in their construction? What were they intended for? What secrets do they keep so far? The first military bunkers appeared during the World Wars. But the real heyday of underground construction came during the Cold War era. At that time, engineers and architects created real miracles of engineering thought. Multi-level complexes, capable of withstanding a nuclear strike and ensuring the survival of thousands of people. Imagine huge halls equipped with everything necessary for life. Air filtration systems that can clean the atmosphere of radiation, warehouses with food for years to come, command centers from where entire armies were managed. Particular attention was paid to security system. Each entrance was protected by several lines of defense, massive steel doors, lock chambers, intrusion detection systems, and so that the enemy could not determine the location of the bunker. The builders masked the entrances as ordinary buildings or natural objects. In the depths of these underground labyrinths, there were command posts, from where, if necessary, missiles could be launched or orders to mobilize troops could be given. The best specialists worked here. The most important strategic decisions were made here. But bunkers are not only for military purposes. Many of them served as communication centers, repositories of valuables, or scientific laboratories. Some even conducted secret experiments. Let's continue our journey through the underworld. Ahead of us is a story about the most impressive technologies used in the creation of these structures, and about the people who worked on their creation. Let's take a closer look at the engineering solutions that made these underground structures almost invulnerable. Life support system in the bunkers was thought out to the smallest detail. The air passed through complex filters that can clean it of radioactive dust and chemicals. Water was extracted from underground springs or stored in huge reservoirs. Food supplies could provide people with several years of autonomous existence. Energy independence was achieved through the installation of diesel generators and backup power sources. Some bunkers even had their own mini power plants. The wiring was protected from electromagnetic pulses that could have occurred during a nuclear explosion. Communication systems were a real technological breakthrough of their time. Underground cables, radio transmitters, protected communication lines. All this allowed to maintain communication, even in conditions of complete destruction of ground infrastructure. Interestingly, many bunkers had dual purpose. During the day, they could function as ordinary administrative buildings or scientific centers, and in case of a threat, they could turn into protected shelters. Some of them were equipped with special transformation mechanisms that allow you to quickly re-equip the premises for new tasks. Particular attention was paid to psychological comfort of people inside. Special recreation areas, gyms, psychological unloading rooms were created in the bunkers. Builders understood that a long stay underground could have a negative impact on people's mental state, so they tried to create the most comfortable environment. Architectural solutions are striking in their scale. Some bunkers had several levels connected by elevators and stairs. The corridors were designed to minimize the risk of a shockwave spreading in the event of an explosion. The walls were strengthened with special materials that could withstand enormous loads. Unique technologies were used in construction. For example, special waterproof compounds were used to prevent water seepage, and innovative concreting methods were used to strengthen the soil. Engineers even took into account such factors as seismic activity and groundwater. Many bunkers had a complex ventilation system, including several air purification circuits. The air passed through filters, heating and cooling systems before entering the living quarters. The spent air masses were removed through special shafts disguised as conventional ventilation outlets. A special place was occupied by *** intrusion protection systems. In addition to massive doors and locks, electronic access control systems, motion sensors, infrared detectors were used. Some bunkers had false entrances and secret passages designed for evacuation in case of a breakthrough of the main defense. Continuing our research, we will consider specific examples of the most impressive bunkers in the world, their unique features, and how they functioned in real conditions. Ahead of us is a story about secret objects, which are still admired for their technical complexity and thoughtfulness of the design. The most impressive bunkers in the world amaze with their scale and engineering solutions. For example, in some underground complexes, entire artificial lighting systems have been created, imitating the change of day and night, so that people do not lose touch with the natural cycle. Particular attention was paid to masking systems. Entrances to the bunkers were often located in the most unexpected places, under ordinary buildings, in parks, even in residential quarters. The builders used the natural features of the landscape to hide the real entrances from prying eyes. Special laboratories for monitoring the radiation background and chemical composition of the air were provided in the underground facilities. The best specialists worked here, who constantly monitored the state of the environment and were ready for any emergency situations. Interestingly, many bunkers had backup systems in case of complete shutdown of the main equipment. For example, there were mechanical ventilation systems that could be operated manually and emergency exits leading in completely unexpected directions. In some underground complexes, real works of art were created. The walls were decorated with paintings. The rooms were decorated with special attention to detail to create a comfortable psychological atmosphere for a long stay. A special place was occupied by storage systems of food and medicines. Products were stored in special conditions at a certain temperature and humidity. Medical units were equipped with everything necessary to assist the victims. Many bunkers had unique transport systems: underground railway branches, special elevators, automated trolleys for cargo transportation. All this made moving within the complex as efficient as possible. In the event of an emergency, the bunkers could function completely autonomously for several months. Supplies of water, food, medicines, as well as air regeneration systems allowed people to survive in complete isolation from the outside world. Today, some of these underground structures are open to the public. Tourists can see with their own eyes how people lived and worked in conditions of constant emergency preparedness. Others still remain secret, keeping their secrets deep underground. Concluding our journey through the world of underground fortresses, I would like to note that these structures are not just engineering miracles of their time. They are evidence of how humanity sought to protect itself from global threats using all available technologies and knowledge. These underground cities remind us how important it is to be ready for any challenges of the future. And although the Cold War era is behind us, the principles of safety and protection embedded in the design of these structures continue to live in modern technologies and security systems. This is how our journey into the world of underground fortresses ends, a world that was once hidden from the eyes of ordinary people, but now reveals its secrets to everyone who wants to learn about the history of mankind and its desire to survive in the most difficult conditions.